already kicked it raw. Represent everyone's you and our verse. We're gonna do a video on the moon in Libra with the sun in Scorpio. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a banger. Make sure y'all drop a like whenever y'all enter the video. Make sure y'all hit the subscribe button. Whenever you hit the subscribe button, make sure you hit the bell so that way you can be in tune with the movement you need to be in tune with. We're gonna go ahead and drop some lyrics on y'all head top, you know what I'm saying? Some music real fast. This is called Third Person off the Origins album. You know what I'm saying? Everybody seemed to love it. You dig what I'm saying? And you go ahead and check out this music video on my page as well. This is off the Origins album, you feel me? Yeah. If y'all know it, go ahead and sing along, you in pursuit of president, speaking dollars, it's my precedence. Elevated, overthrow the president, flowing better than it's ever been. A young Anglo-American, godly how we swiftly mix the recipe indicatively. High by riz, on it found myself. And you with the vision, heaven, elemental, periodic verse, hidden inside 47. You'll be astonished, chronic udoda, smoking out my lungs, pack a punch. That's how we make my eyes bleed. Broken vision, fixed like my elemental malice, Mary Pat the child's dream, and my child's balance. Truly want a lady, but I'm blessed, truly want to thank you. Truly want to thank you to my creator, Memikati. Love renaissance, the foolish is all love from up above. Switching lanes, scripting on the wheel again to the fifth dimension. Pace a whole 7 in the sitting. Indian style do, crip with blood united too. But don't pass, trump the blunt, boo. Shut the distant killing concerts, inspire me to drop the bomb first. On these bitch made their leaders, and they go the truly golden leaders. But it's gangland, so grab a heater. Cold as Alaska, we all King Cruiser. To these martial law pursuers. Another dead by police, while interracial beat. Ground in the melting pot, divide and conquer, how they plan to feast. And like I say, this is off the Origins album. Y'all could go ahead and tap in with that. I got the music video out and all that. That's called Third Person, right? But we're going to go ahead and break down all the rising signs, starting off with Libra. First house, rising and ascendant. And Libra's dealing with balancing their own personal affairs at this point in time. So essentially, you're in a space that you either feel comfortable or uncomfortable with the people that you're relating with or people that you're balancing your circumstance situation with. Individual said hi, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to David M. And Tommy White said what happened in the other live. You know what I'm saying? I went ahead and broke down everything. You know what I'm saying? I told y'all I was going ahead and hopping in this next joint. You know what I'm saying? I'm breaking down all the rising signs. That's what I'm doing right now, right? So Libra, first house, rising and ascendant, like I say, is either feeling comfortable or uncomfortable with their personal affairs and relating to those personal affairs at this point in time, right? Then moving forward, Virgo, first house, rising and ascendant, is dealing with Libra in the second house. I think it's going to be kind of a quick video, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to go ahead and break down the rising signs real fast. And, you know what I'm saying, make sure y'all just understand what area of life you're dealing with at this point in time. So keep in mind, the moon in Libra is in a space where it's like the balsamic phase, right before we actually experience the new moon in Scorpio. So essentially, you're trying to be in the right relations or relationships before we actually enter this new moon in Scorpio, right? But yeah, so Virgo, first house, rising ascendant, is dealing with balancing their values. So essentially, you're balancing your pocketbook at this point in time. You're trying to get yourself right to a point where you're actually putting your money in the right spaces at this point in time. So essentially, if you're putting the mind in the right space, you're balancing with the right individuals or the people, places, and things that you're around, then you're going to put yourself in a more beneficial state at this point in time. Yeah, people be talking crazy in the chat, but I'm pretty used to it. This is like 5 years in of YouTube, you know what I'm saying? So y'all can say whatever y'all want. At the end of the day, you're just kind of exposing your own hand, things of that nature. So like people that talk crazy in the chat, you're just pretty much making yourself look kind of wild. But yeah. Moving forward, Leo, first house, rising ascendant, is dealing with the sextile and seeing the opportunity. So essentially, you're balancing your environment and balancing your neighbors or neighborhood at this point in time. So like I like to put this in this perspective. If you're like an artist, things of that nature, you're going to be seeing the opportunity to actually balance with your producer, balance with your engineer at this point in time, and actually put yourself in a space that you feel a little bit more comfortable being in that environment. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Shoot, at the end of the day, dude said I need to look for a new job. I think you need to look for a new life, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, shoot, you in my chat trolling. At the end of the day, you ain't making no money from that. You just playing yourself. But yeah. Yeah, it is what it is. Moving forward, we have Cancer first house rising and ascendant, dealing with the fourth house being in Libra, right? And keep in mind this is a square circumstance situation. So the Cancer isn't a learning opportunity, right? So they're dealing with their private affairs and balancing their home at this point in time. So Cancer at this point in time has to learn to be a little bit more conservative based on what they're relating and relating to. So like based on the conversations that you have and based on the people in your home and things of that nature, you want to be a little bit more caring and be a little bit more understanding and be a little bit more in a space that you could actually balance your home at this point in time. Yeah, this individual talking crazy. I never even seen this dude in my chat. Yeah, no, they just talking wild. But at the end of the day, shoot, I ain't even tripping. What they saying ain't even true. But yeah, moving forward, Cancer, like I said, you're dealing with the learning opportunity to actually balance your home at this point in time. And no, I'm almost wanting to reply to this dude, but he's the only one in the chat. Like dude done replied to himself like 10 times. At the end of the day, shoot, I ain't even tripping on you, bro. But yeah, go ahead and talk to yourself in the chat. You know what I'm saying? I got another message to review. Let's see what this individual said. Yeah, y'all trolls just made me laugh because it just proved you ain't got no life, right? Moving forward, the Gemini first house rising ascendant is dealing with their expression or dealing with their childlike nature at this point in time. So essentially, they're having the gift to balance their expression because Gemini sees things from two different sides. And essentially, they're able to see, okay, do I want to actually balance with this individual or do I want to tell people the truth and things of that nature? So like Gemini kind of has this decision to make to put themselves in a space where either they actually want to relate to individuals or they want to go ahead and tell people the truth. But yeah, I'm gonna let this individual talk to himself, and I'm gonna go ahead and address whatever you got to say at the end of the live and things of that nature. I'm gonna stay on point. You're. But moving forward, we have Taurus first house rising and ascendant, which is dealing with the sixth house being in Libra, right? And the sixth house is all about your routine, your pattern, and your health, right? So keep in mind at this point in time, you're essentially balancing your routine. And keep in mind, this is also in conjunction, right? So Taurus maybe trying to relate to people too much to a point where it's kind of like this misunderstanding. Like these people that in your life, you're trying to value them too much, things of that nature, to a point where you're not actually valuing your own circumstance situation. So like essentially the advice that I would give to Taurus is kind of just go ahead and stay consistent upon your own circumstance situation, right? Then moving forward, the Aries first house rising ascendant is dealing with the seventh house being in Libra. Keep in mind the seventh house is a 180-degree angle or an opposition. So at this point in time, you're trying to balance your relations or relationships. Sometimes you might have to be on the opposite end of circumstance situations, or you can kind of add on to circumstance situations to a point where this relationship is actually balanced, right? And yeah, I don't know why this dude keep on saying things I have to review. Yeah, it's kind of wild, the point, just the fact that somebody would take this much time to be saying all this stuff to an astrologer. You know what I'm saying? I can understand if you're trying to troll somebody that, like, you know what I'm saying, is like in a whole different kind of space, but at the end of the day, you're trying to troll an astrologer and somebody that make music. Yeah, at the end of the day, shoot, do your thing, homie, and get yours. But yeah, moving forward, do what thou will. You feel me? Pisces first house rising ascendant is dealing with the eighth house being in Libra, right, which is transformation or behind the scenes and trying to balance what's going on behind the scenes or their secrets at this point in time. So Pisces is always the individual that's trying to adapt to the emotions in the room and things of that nature and trying to be kind of like the individual that blends in. But at this point in time, you want to realize that if you try to relate to things too much, you might actually be transforming yourself instead of just transitioning, right? So Pisces wants to kind of transition to their own beneficial space based on what they're relating to at this point in time instead of transforming their whole values or shared values at this point in time, right? But moving forward, we have the Aquarius first house rising ascendant. We have, which is having the ninth house being in Libra, right? Which is their experience or their morality at this point in time. So essentially, they're having the gift to balance whatever experience they're going through, wherever they're trying to travel to, essentially in the mind or externally, right? So Aquarius is an individual that's kind of predictably unpredictable, right? Or they're kind of like the scientists to a point that they're trying to test things out to where they could actually feel comfortable, essentially. So they're having the gift to actually feel comfortable in their experience based on whoever they're relating to. Let me just count up how many messages this dude sent to himself. This is crazy, bro. If y'all seeing this in the chat, this is crazy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yo, this is wild, bro. I'm still counting. This is crazy, bro. Dude done talked to himself 34 times in a row. And I ain't even address him. That's why he mad. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is, bro. But yeah, I ain't even gonna block you because you kind of like amusing me at this point in time. You making me laugh just based on how much of a life you don't have. Oh shoot. Yeah, it is what it is. We only got 3 more alignments left. So like I said, this is going to be kind of a quick video. Make sure y'all kind of in tune with the movement, you know what I'm saying? To a point where you're actually aware of which house you're actually dealing with at this point in time. And if you're not aware of your rising sign, go ahead and go to astro-seek.com and go ahead and enter your time of date, your place of birth, your time of birth and your place of birth. And also, you know what I'm saying, go ahead and enter that. And you're going to go ahead and figure out your rising sign, which is your first house, right? Yeah, this is wild, bro. But, yeah. I almost want to block this individual, but I don't at the same time because it's kind of amusing. But, yeah, moving forward and getting back on track, Capricorn, first house, rising and ascendant, is dealing with the 10th house being in Libra. And keep in mind, the 10th house is all about your status, your career, and your blueprint, right? Or your business as well, right? So essentially, you're trying to balance your status or balance your business at this point in time. If you're a business owner being a Capricorn, you're trying to stand on business, but essentially you need to learn to be a little bit more relative at this point in time and be a little bit more understanding to a point where you can actually make people feel comfortable being a part of your business. Pretty much simple as that. But yeah, moving forward. Yo, like, dude is almost like kind of funny at this point in time, but yeah, it is what it is. And moving forward, shout out to all the trolls. You know what I'm saying? Y'all giving me watch time, y'all giving me watch hours, y'all giving me viewers. I ain't even mad at y'all because, like, at the end of the day, like I said, I've been doing this for a fat minute to a point where anything y'all throw at me, I'm kind of used to. You feel me? Because it's just like y'all just be throwing things out of left field. But yeah, moving forward, Sagittarius, first house, rising, ascendant. Yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, moving forward, Sagittarius, first house, rising and ascendant, is dealing with the sextile to this Libra energy to a point where they're able to see the opportunity based on their associations or their group they're a part of, to a point where you can see the opportunity based on this group that you could actually expand and be a little bit more relative and feel comfortable with this relationship with whatever this group that you're a part of. So like say you're a Sagittarius rising and you're a part of, let's see, like a real estate group, right? You could actually see, okay, this larger land plot that I'm actually kind of managing, things like that, and I'm showing to the customer. I actually have an individual that's actually been a part of kind of trying to sell larger land plots at this point in time, and I actually know the proper things to say and things of that nature and the right phrases and things like that. So to a point that you can actually see the opportunity how to be more relative at this point in time. And last but not least, the Scorpio, first house, rising and ascendant, is dealing with the 12th house being in Libra, which is dealing with the dreams, faith, illusions, and also false beliefs at this point in time. So essentially, you're trying to balance whatever you have faith in at this point in time, being a Libra rising, a Scorpio rising, to a point where whenever you actually deal with this new moon being a Scorpio, you can see, okay, these things that I have faith in, these things that I was trying to balance at this point in time I feel comfortable with, either I'm feeling on the higher octave to a point where I can actually have faith in these things, or on the lower octave to a point where, okay, this is a false belief, and this dream that I was trying to take part in is actually something that I can't achieve, and things of that nature. But yeah, let's go ahead and read this last message I need to read for review. Oh, dag. I can't even repeat that. Dude is tripping, bruh. Dude is tripping. But yeah. If y'all have seen all these messages and things like that, it's just crazy. But I'm going to shout out all the people that actually is in here for genuine reasons. Shout out to David M. Shout out to Tammy White, and things of that nature. And I think there was one other individual in here in the chat. You feel me? Shout out to accidental. I'm not even going to say the rest of your name because you funny, bro. But yeah, pretty much long story short and put it all in a nutshell. At this point in time, you want to be able to balance your relationships to a point where you can actually expand your circumstance situations. Because keep in mind, we have in the moon trining Jupiter, right? So essentially, you want to be in this space where you can actually expand your circumstance situation and expand your experience before we actually have the sun in Scorpio to a point where you might get found in the wrong place at the wrong time, and that might be the right place for somebody else to catch you and things like that. So yeah, just keep in mind at this point in time, you want to go ahead and take advantage of this moon in Libra to a point where it's like you can actually balance your relationships and feel a little bit more comfortable and things of that nature. Yeah, dude just talking crazy. That was pretty enjoyable though as well. There's an individual that like just kind of stuck in the chat and just talk crazy the whole time. But yeah, peace and love. You believe in all that. Stay safe or stay dangerous, whatever is necessary. You feel me? And go ahead and hit me in the email if you had any kind of questions about this live stream, or go ahead and hit me in the comments. Let me know what kind of, what area of life you're dealing with Libra, like what house you're dealing with, and also your first house. So that way, whenever you tap into the chat next time, we go ahead and kind of stay on point. We can go ahead and reminisce upon your past circumstance situation and see where you at now. And then the other thing you can hit me in the email is if you want to get any kind of reading and things of that nature. Go ahead and let me know what kind of reading you want to get, and I'll go ahead and send you a menu back on what kind of things I'm working with based on trying to achieve that, things of that nature. So yeah, peace and love. You believe in all that. You're